Yes, this episode, we are going to talk about Donda review, of course, music.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley.
Oh, my God.
We're going to talk about Kendrick Lamar's new verse, Drake's album coming out. We're also going to talk about Afghanistan, the situation over there. We're going to talk about unemployment and some stimulus updates. So just so y'all know, so make sure y'all stay tuned in.
East Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. West Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. North Side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. South Side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. I'm still riding with my day, cause I'm rockin' with y'all. Old County, pull your hands.
What up, everybody? It's the real and the one and only Kader Don.
And it's your boy Wraith in the building.
Yes, and it is the Love First podcast.
Yes, sir.
We out here in a brand new podcast studio in Brooklyn, New York. Looking very beautiful, man. Very special. Special shout out to Andre for just believing in the Love First podcast, to make sure that we're in here. Beautiful studio, execution, grind, hustle. Man, just some of the things that we live by.
Yeah, for real, man. It's lit. We in the building.
For real.
The studio is nice.
Yeah, it's
we
lit.
about to take full advantage.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guests that's gonna be coming through too as well. Yeah. So y'all can look out for that. We ain't gonna make too many announcements, but let's just say they very major. Very major. Don't tell, nobody has to know. Also, so shout out to The World. We're still going to be doing some projects in his studio too as well.
Absolutely.
Believing in us from the intro. Shout out to all the fans that have been with us from day one, the ones that are just tuning in now, and even
shout out to the ones that came in, during the Anakin Skywalker.
The Kevin Samuels debates.
The Kevin Samuels, when I had to turn it to Anakin real quick.
Yes, a very, very popular episode. That was like 2 episodes ago where we had a Kevin Samuels debate. We had our wives on the podcast, and we just kind of talked about, should he be petitioned? Do we agree with his stance? Can he give out the love advice?
Yeah.
And we got a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people commented and engaged on it. It was some...
Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted the engagement,
Interesting comments,
We wanted different opinions.
Different perspectives,
Different perspectives. People that agree with him, people that don't agree with him, people that agree with the idea of submitting.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people don't really like that word.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into some debates about submission.
Oh yeah, of course.
And the way I put it plainly is, look, whether we like the word or not, and we want to be scared of the word, a lot of people submit to their boss for their 9 to 5, but when it comes to something permanent, when it comes to love, it gets a little more scary. So I don't know. The power, I always say, it's in who you submit to. You should only be submitted to someone that you know is going to put you first, that cares about your happiness and well-being. So I think a lot of people dislike submission because they submitted to the wrong person.
They submitted to the wrong person.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, don't blame that person. Otherwise you'll be a victim your whole life.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. That's a very good point. And I think it's funny too, because like when you had posted the video in the groups, a lot of people were coming to his defense and using the same like style that he uses.
Yes, it's a bunch of little Kevin Samuels out there.
when he gets the callers, and he debates women, they use the same kind of style and template that he uses to back up his claims and numbers and percentages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I found that a little bit. Interesting.
Interesting.
Because we do live in a society where people could do their own research and come up with their own rhetoric on how they view things and not just take what somebody says and just uses it, as ammo. You know what I'm saying? Just to make your ego feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I found that interesting.
Very, very interesting. I see some people that use his word as Bible. They got to be careful. But I respect the people that's like, look, he doesn't have all the answers, but I agree with a lot of stuff he says and needs to be brought up.
He doesn't have all
I can respect that. I may not agree.
Absolutely.
But I respect it.
He doesn't have all the answers, but one thing I do like about his content is he's sparking up the conversation. He's making people talk more about these kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Rock with it. Another episode that's also been getting a lot of engagement, even to this day, is episode, I want to say 16. I may be in episode 1 or 2 of, but I want to say 16, where we're talking about the Candace Owens versus Cardi B.
Yeah.
So Candace Owens has an army out there, you know. But we appreciate the perspective. And there was even somebody that commented, and we respond to the comments. So we appreciate the dialogue. There was someone out there that actually pointed out something to me that I could have articulated better. And they was like, you made this statement.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah, I thought I heard something.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. So they made a statement that...
That thing just made you lose your train of thought.
No, yo, we sound sorry. Yo, we got the headphones up. We hear it like 2 blocks away over here.
Candace Owens and somebody made you realize something because you said something wrong in the video.
Got you, yeah. All right, I'm back on track. So, yeah, it was, they made me realize because they said a comment saying about police, you know, it doesn't matter. You said, they said, Kay, you said if they kill one too many, that's bad because basically Candace Owens was saying how black men kill more black men than police do.
Yes.
You know, that's what we should be coming at.
Yes.
And I agree to come at that, and I agree about being accountable. My statement was more so saying that the police are supposed to be the most outstanding citizens, so they shouldn't be compared. Their numbers should be nowhere near. You know what I mean? You should be the most outstanding
police
citizens.
are supposed to set the example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, I hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it's one that's one too many, might not have been the best word choice because reasons do matter, and you got to have self-defense if there's a criminal. I'm in rap mode.
That's a new word.
I'm in rap mode.
Criminal.
So, you know, so the reason, you know, it does matter, but at the same time, if you're a police officer, you need to be the most outstanding citizen. Everyone needs to be held themselves accountable.
Yeah.
But as we know, there are criminals out there, and police officers are supposed to be the exact opposite. Killing should be last resort.
I honestly think you did use a good choice of words. Usually when we do talk about these things, you have a very good viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? But see, this person, I think that commented on it, I think he wasn't looking at the totality of it because you have said in previous episodes that we do need to hold ourselves accountable as black people.
Exactly.
See, but if the person would have looked at the other episodes and not just one to push their opinion, you know, then they probably would have never said that. I'm not trying to come at them.
I mean, they probably just seen Candace Owens.
I'm just saying, in previous episodes, I've talked about black on black crime, and you've said too, like, like that needs to stop too. Like, we 100%. need to stop having like this crabs in the barrel mentality and holding each other back. And black on black crime is a part of that. Yep. So if you said that in the past, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people just. Yeah, people need to start using timestamps.
Yo, I mean, yes, please. If you do want to speak on something that we said in like an hour-long episode or hour and a half long, give me a timestamp because I did replay the whole episode because, like, you know, I want to get back to you. So I'm like, where is this? You know, I got pretty deep in the episode. I was like, okay, this is what we're talking about. And then, you know, I responded and appreciate the dialogue.
There's a lot of things I feel on that. I feel like the black on black crime needs to stop. I think the police need to set a better example, but I also feel like there needs to be more people that are our skin color that want to be cops.
Yeah. And just so y'all know, in the future, we will be doing some more episodes for talking about Candace Owens topics and her perspective because, you know, a lot of people out there do want to hear it. We actually have a very... We have a big demographic, you know. Out of our followers, we have Republicans, Democrats. You know, so for the young conservatives, they do want to hear more of the Candace Owens, and even the Democrats that follow us, maybe because we don't disagree with 100% Candace Owens says and does.
And the young conservatives also need to listen to the Democrats.
Exactly.
I can't just
back and forth.
I can't just keep listening to what fills your ego, man.
Yeah, and then that goes for back and forth. Same too with the Democrats too as well. You know, listen to the conservatives too as well, and we can actually be in the middle. We don't have to be far left or far right. I think the most accurate would be the middle, and it's like
could be neutral,
everyone's scared to be in the middle.
Everybody's scared to be neutral.
Stop being ride or die with these politics, man. Like,
because they are not ride or die for you.
Yo, this is the real gang stuff. I'm telling you.
Best believe they are not ride or die for you, man. These politicians, man. You want to talk about Switchblade?
I'm telling you, we're going to get into it.
Hey, yo, we also got to talk about this OnlyFans thing, man.
Yeah. And, OnlyFans. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. You know, before we get to the OnlyFans, I'm just really liking the way my voice is sounding in here.
Yeah,
okay, you know? But, let's, so OnlyFans, what you heard the news on OnlyFans?
Yeah, they said that they was going to ban pornographic content.
Sexually explicit.
Explicit content.
But then they're going to keep nudity.
Nudity, yes.
So, I mean, the way I was watching a Colbert show, the way he put it best was, I guess you can pose nudity if it doesn't turn people on. So, in the famous words of Wraith, they just reneged on their whole statement.
They just reneged because they got a lot of backlash.
You know? So they're looking for investors, so they have to do their PR right because they want more investors. I seen even this ad where OnlyFans was like, hey, put your music on OnlyFans. This is for the creators. No. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go to OnlyFans for motivational stuff.
You know, we'll see, man. Their paychecks better be right. Y'all got to clean it up.
Y'all got to clean it up a lot.
You know, a lot of people gonna have to start new hustles after this, man. I don't know.
I mean, Subways is hiring.
Listen, I don't know. They got the skills for that, man. Look, I'm not even gonna get into that. Oh, another thing, Colbert show. Oh man, he's hilarious. I was watching him. He was saying that listen, for the people that have been paying for OnlyFans, if you're sad, you're about to lose that type of images on the internet. He's like, you know, I want to let y'all know about another place on the internet where y'all can find that, and that's called the internet. I always thought that was so weird, right? Like how people are just, I don't know, they get people to subscribe, but it's out everywhere.
I guess because OnlyFans is a little bit more personal for some people, and that's still weird to me.
Yeah, I know.
That's that idea of you doing that as a man is just, to me, is weird. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the reason a lot of men complain about the nature of women and things of that nature, but you're a reflection of that. Yeah. If you do that, you know what I'm saying? It
wouldn't be out there unless people was paying,
right? Super simp, bro.
Unless you about to get banned from Twitch now, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. But in the good news, moving away from OnlyFans to something positive.
Yeah.
Our last episode, not only an episode, but a major event that we did was, I can't say last episode because we shot a few episodes, so who knows if it'll be the last. But we did our first annual back to school festival in Brooklyn. We was like Oprah. We was giving out.
I felt like Oprah.
Yes. We even said it, man. The episode's coming out dope too. We were like, so we did a festival. We gave school supplies out to the students, not only the kids, because there was plenty of college students that took advantage of it too. And also, we actually had enough for the some churches to give it out in the neighborhood too, as well, even after the event. Yeah. So shout out to Staples for all the school supplies. Greater Faith Deliverance Church. Chef Redman, who came with the crazy dishes for the people that actually attend the festival. Like, y'all don't want to miss these festivals, because if y'all know I like to eat. You know what I mean? So if y'all come to the event, we're going to be eating good. He set the expectations pretty high, though. So, I don't want to get too cocky. Next event, they go. But, I mean, we was expect Chef Redman. He just opened up his restaurant in Mount Vernon. Y'all got to check it out.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We were expecting, like, a big tray of, like, chicken wings. Yo, I came the day of the event, and he had, like,
a couple trays, man.
He came with multiple trays and dishes,
multiple flavors,
barbecue chicken, curry chicken, jerk chicken, surprise chicken.
Surprise
chicken. Like, yo, this that new flavor.
I know you was hyped.
The rice and all that. Yeah.
You felt like you was in Candyland, bro.
I was. Yo, you should see me coming out the restaurant. Everybody was looking at me like, yo, where you going with that? Like, what you got going? I thought I was gonna get robbed for the chicken.
He's just smiling with the tray.
I said, we got the event going on. Can't talk about it. It was real good.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Food Bazaar. They actually they provided all the drinks and the snacks, you know, fruit snacks, chips, and all types of stuff. Kids are going crazy. You know, we actually gave those out to the church too, because
a very good event, man.
Yeah, I had to get back exercising, so I couldn't really partake in too many of the snacks.
Shout out to the performances.
Oh, shout out the performances. Man, shout out the performances. We had Cameron the piano man,
killing it.
Caucasian male, right? So I just want to put that out there because I don't think people expect him to sing with the soul. He's like the new like Justin Timberlake out here, you know. Yeah. It's different, but and he's, you know, he plays the piano, audio engineer.
He does a lot. It's crazy.
Work with some crazy people, French Montana, all that.
To see it in person, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro.
Yeah. And we've done beats together and stuff too. So his musicality is crazy. Make sure y'all check out that episode. You also had Natika.
Yes, sir.
You know, she killed it, man, with her original songs too, because she's on a song by Chata, right? On Kwame Says Hi. Make sure y'all get that. And make sure y'all subscribe. We gotta always tell y'all need to subscribe, right?
Hit the noti.
We're gonna get back
the noti bell.
YouTube. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. We appreciate the support. It's free.
Noti bell, man.
Just hit it. On Facebook, Love First Entertainment, Love First TV. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit follow.
We in the building.
And also, if y'all need the audio, y'all hear this Chris audio right here, right?
Yes, sir.
Make sure on all audio platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that. Like, if you have an iPhone, I'm kind of late with the technology, but, you know, homie put me on like, yo, look, what's the app called? Like, podcast app. It comes on the iPhone, right? Yeah. And you can find the Love First podcast on there and follow for your episodes. So while you're driving or whatever. Anchor.
I'm putting more episodes up.
Yes. And all podcasts.
As we speak.
If you're a podcast maker, you should be using Anchor.
Yes.
It gets out on all platforms for you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, some more and more is coming. But back to the performances, right?
Yes.
So Natika was really dope. She's a singer. She brought like an acoustic band. I can't tell you what kind of drum it was. It was a different type of drum I've never really seen before. But
I've never seen that drum before.
And okay, she's saying some stuff in the background. Maybe we just, you know. I'm going to have to Google that.
Yeah, we have to Google that.
But yeah, so it's a drum that might start with a P. It was like a hand drum, but it was a nice acoustic session.
Yeah.
She did songs in English. She did some in Spanish. It was really dope. Then she got on stage
really
with
versatile.
us. Really she got on stage with us for Bachata, Take My Hand. We had a very dope performance too as well.
Yeah. We killed him, man.
Yeah, very, very live, man. We had the crowd.
That's actually
going
like
crazy.
My first performance.
Yo, hold on. Shout out to Monique. I've been saying this for a minute, right? As I've been hearing the playback. Like, when I go on tour, Monique, you know who you are. We bringing you out on tour. She knows how to make every show. Like, she brings the energy to the show. When you hear, like, the loudest cheering, that's her. So, shout out to her because, like, I don't want to do no shows unless I hear cheer like that anymore.
Yo, real talk, son.
We've done bad shows,
like,
but
that like give you like a burst of energy. You be tired, you hear that cheer, you like, oh snap!
You're about to start freestyling a new verse going off, like, you know what I mean. So we definitely appreciate that support. Shout out to her. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I've been told you know that too. I was like, yo, that is, I love that energy.
I performed with you before, but that was my first performance, like me rapping my own verse.
Yes.
That was a big thing for me, you know.
That was dope.
Like, so just getting like, you know, my feet wet with the whole performance, you know, kind of setup thing.
Yeah.
That was good for me. Good experience for me.
Very good. So, you was on point.
Yeah. I had to make sure I was on point, you know.
Yeah. I mean, on your parts, even on my part, like, yo, you was holding it down. I was like, yo, that's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was really dope. You went in on Super Flow and Butterfly Doors.
Butterfly Doors, man.
Yeah, you know. And we definitely got more stuff to share with them. You know, we got to give them that I Quit soon. You know, Bachata is gonna be the next music video we shoot. You know, Kwame Says Hi. Make sure y'all download that all streaming
You
platforms.
got a dope feature on Kwame Says Hi, man.
Yo, we got Snoop Dogg on there too. You know, we can't forget about Snoop, man.
Snoop on that, man.
that video is gonna be crazy too, man. So just know, man, if it's up to me, we have a video for every single song, but definitely we got to get some videos in for the Snoop Dogg joint, which is Rockin' With Y'all. Got to get a video for Bachata. Those are definitely. Then we got to go back to Superflow because you've seen everybody was going crazy for Superflow.
Yeah, Superflow is crazy, man.
Then, of course, you know, we've been talking about it, but trust, we just finalizing it. We've been working with some real good producers for it, too. But See You In, that's going to be my Wraith joint. That's going to be coming out before the year's out. Just know that, I mean, the track listing is crazy already. We be debating, like, dang, because we don't want to make the thing too long, you know? Pull a Kanye West. 27 songs. But we just want to give y'all the best. And I think it's very important, especially for you being a new artist, to give them like just a nice, concise amount of songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're getting that together, and we'll announce the producers on there too, but we have some good producers.
I got some songs coming out too on SoundCloud.
You got some joints too, yeah.
I'm going to put them on SoundCloud.
Yeah, let them know. It's going down. And then we got to make them perform it. It's going down.
Of course.
It's going down.
Lit. It's lit, man.
Oh, man. But, yes, we had a great time at the festival. Shout out to all the volunteers that helped out, all the supporters, everyone that showed up, everyone that tuned into the live, everyone that tuned into the episode. It took so many people and things to make that work and happen. I can't even name everything, but just thank you, world. Thank God, because without God, you know, it wouldn't even be possible.
Yeah, man, that was an amazing event.
For real.
Definitely litty.
For real.
Litty. It's lit.
Yeah. And right after, you know, I went to the Summer Jam event, right?
Yeah.
Was backstage at Summer Jam.
Yes, sir.
Still liked our festival. I felt like that was the #1 thing that week. You know, you asked me. But Summer Jam was pretty dope. We was able to build a lot of relationships. And actually check out the day in the life, if you haven't, of us backstage at Summer Jam. A lot of dope performances. They had Capella Gray, A Boogie, Cardi B, Migos, Dream Doll. Oh, man. So, so Dream Doll is this new artist. I don't know if they know about her too much outside of New York, but they will. She's an artist that's coming out. She has a song, and, you know, she was doing really good. So we were inside, right? We were inside on her performance. I think we sit her backstage, but we were inside while she was performing, and she was like performing the line, and it's like you could hear the whole crowd is like, ooh, you know. And then like she did like a dip because it was raining, you know, so she kind of like tripped and like fell, and then the whole crowd caught it instantly, like, what? Like you could just hear the whole crowd at this synchronized, like, what? I was like, what? But she got up, did the stinky leg, played it off, and was killing it, and that's a true performer. We're glad you're okay.
Yeah.
You know, she did her thing.
That's what's up.
Saweetie was out there. Shout out to these women that could do it in heels, and when it's like hurricane type weather and it's raining, you know what I mean? And the fans that showed up in the rain.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You gotta balance yourself. Go back and forth between the stage.
For real.
Yo.
Swiss Beats was out there, the whole Rough Riders team. High 97, huh? The Isley Brothers, you know, shout out to Greg Walker out there. He's a businessman behind there doing some stuff with the Isley Brothers too. Well, a lot of people. Little Kim. Shout out to Danny Beck, Concierge doing her thing. So much. And the Baby, right? He was getting canceled from a lot of events, not canceled from Summer Jam. So he put on a dope performance. And it was interesting because he's the how would I describe it? I would say he doesn't really seem too apologetic about it. He was just like fighting this whole cancel culture.
He came out with a video. He capitalized on all the attention that was on him and came out with a whole music video.
When I seen that, he literally dropped it the next day. I was like, he got a good team, because I was like, we were just back there when I was filming it, like the day after. It wasn't even 24 hours in that video dropped. And I was like, he got all of that. Like, I was like, I remember seeing him doing that live. And then now the video's out. Yeah. So I thought that was dope. And
I don't think he's really too apologetic about it.
Yeah.
I think You know, he was just being himself on stage.
Yeah.
It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And, you know, people started canceling him.
Well, they tried because he not only is.
I'll just say they kind of succeeded because they kind of took him off a lot of stuff. He was losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, yeah, it kind of worked. Yeah, but you know,
they slowed down his bag.
Yeah, they slowed down the bag, but they didn't slow him down.
Yeah, they didn't stop him. Yeah. They slowed down the bag though.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, with this controversy at this Kanye, and he was like, I gotta get him on the album. You know what I mean? So he got him on the album. And that leads us into our Donda review, the new Kanye album, right?
Yes.
So I guess let's get your thoughts on it, and then I'll kind of share my thoughts on it and some of the features and stuff.
I really liked it.
Okay.
And you know what's crazy? He has like somewhat of a lot of features on there.
A lot of features, yeah.
But they go good. You know me and features. I don't like when we reviewed the Pop Smoke album.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
Too many features.
I was like, it's not enough Pop Smoke. It's too many features. Dudes that don't even go with Pop Smoke style on a song with him. No.
Yeah, people he might not even want to work with.
I'm just being honest. People that he might not want to work with, no.
Yeah.
But this Kanye album, like the features he had, they were going with the beats.
Yeah.
And his lyrics too. Like a lot of them, they was incorporating God in a lot of their lyrics too.
Yeah, I thought
because of the style and, you know, the words that he was coming with. Yeah. A lot of dudes that you wouldn't necessarily think would rap those topics are rapping those topics.
They're trying to make it to that Kanye album.
You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
I like how the Locks did it too, because they did it in their way without switching it up. You know, like you know, like Jada always goes off, but she kind of really went off on that verse too. He had some interesting metaphors. It was like talking about, he used like cooking coke as a metaphor, but like talking about being a star and having that flame to shine and can't let the devil stop you. I thought that was creative how he did that.
Yeah.
But okay, so as far as the album, right? Now I'm gonna get my take. What would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the album? And we know it's early, right? This is still early. The first week. It's 27 songs. Again. You know. Yeah. But how would you rate the production? How would you rate the album?
Off my first listen? 8.
Okay. And what about the production?
A 9.
Okay. All right. So me personally, right? I'm a big Kanye fan, and especially with all these listening parties, it really gave me high expectations. So I have like super high expectations when it comes to these people. So I don't know if anyone can live. I have high expectations for myself. So you know, you see how hard I go on myself.
Your expectations is high, but I get it. It's Kanye.
You know, it's like Kanye. Ultra instinct high.
A lot of people for Kanye, they're gonna have certain amount of expectations for him. You know what I'm saying? They know the album is gonna be very good productive wise.
Yes.
Because of how he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but go ahead, continue.
So so from my first take, right?
Yeah.
I thought 27 songs was a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously that comes from me just dropping like 7 songs like a month ago, you know what I mean? But I felt like, especially because he has like part 2, I felt like it was unnecessary. Like, why not make that a whole song instead of like parts? Like, you know, like the song "Jail," for example. How there's one with Jay-Z and one with DaBaby. I would rather hear it all together. You know what I mean? Than have to listen to all songs.
That's a good point.
You know,
that's a good point.
So I felt like maybe it was a little too long. So I started like even shortening it up myself and just kind of giving my top. You know, I still got to go through everything again because I just briefly went through it. You know what I mean? It's something you have to live with. It's not something you can soak in as a whole. So we're gonna call this the pre-Donda review, right? You can't fully give it to it. I do feel like we'll start with the good and then things I feel like can improve. So the good is I like the message, the overall message of, you know, when you're talking about God and you have these people talking positivity. And like you said, artists, we never really hear talking about it like that or like doing that. I think that's a good look.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It shows he's influencing the industry in a good way. He do have like certain songs that I rock with, you know, like I like the I like the Jesus Lord song. Pure Souls, Off the Grid. I actually thought 504 went off the grid.
Yes. Yo.
Like Jonah
Favi
Hurricane.
went off on Off the Grid.
He went off.
Favi went
Shout out to
off.
Favi. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dang. And his verse was long. He had a long verse.
he
like,
said, I ain't
this
done.
is the longest verse I've heard from Favi, bro.
In my head, I was like, how did this come about? Like, was he just like, I don't know. I could see him doing like a 16 and then Kanye's like, I want more of that.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, I'm going to go back. You know? But yeah, I think Favi had one of the strongest verses on there, you know.
Absolutely.
As far as like what could have been better, like I said, maybe shorter, maybe more up tempo, right? Because I feel like, especially if you have a long album like that, it should be like a little more up tempo. You know what I mean? But I get it, he's in a different place, so that's maybe the place that he's in. But if you have 27, I feel like to really hold the people, come with some up tempo. What I would have liked to see is there a real gospel artists out there that dedicate their life to this stuff that we know of, and then there's a whole rap industry of gospel artists that we don't know of. I thought it would have been really cool if he could have kind of mixed some of those artists with the current artists just to give them that look. You know what I mean? Like the ones that are really doing it.
Been lit.
You know? And I think, you know, I like Kanye's production, but I feel like it could actually help him take his production up another level by incorporating some of these new age rap gospel artists into the music, because he would listen to their sound and, you know, see what's going on there and incorporate it. Because a lot of these gospel artists are current. Like, people don't realize it. They just think gospel music just sounds like this. Now, I went to some gospel concerts, like people our age and younger and all types of stuff, and yo, they go in. It takes a minute before you realize, oh wow, that's gospel music. Like those trap drums hitting so hard, I didn't even know like gospel music could do that, you know?
And Kanye's kind of incorporating that. Like when you hear like the church, like the piano, like the way he be using it in some of his beats, like I think that's cool. Yeah. Like the way he's incorporating that sound into what he does is why he's Kanye, bro.
But I also, I don't know, I do have high expectations for his production because I like it. But when you have like so many songs, I'm kind of expecting, I don't know, maybe I'm expecting like some alien stuff. You know what I mean?
Some outer world stuff.
That's me, you know? But I feel like, you know, I don't know, like what I'm like reaching for, what I'm looking for, but it's like I feel like he could.
Maybe if the track list was shorter for you, maybe you would have been like had like different thoughts on it. Maybe if the track list was shorter.
Yeah, and I'm still going through it, you know.
You know, especially like with the whole DaBaby Jay-Z thing, like you know, he could have just put his verse on, you know, the regular song. You know what I'm saying? So just having a part 2.
Different songs, and then you know, they don't even really say the feature's name on the thing, so you gotta like
you gotta listen to it.
you gotta listen.
You gotta be a fan of the music because there's no feature names on it. You gotta know who it is. He said
this is a surprise each time. For real. You gotta know their voice by now.
Yo, for real, you gotta know their voice and know who it is, yo.
I was hoping to hear more of his choir because his choir is so dope. Like I seen them live. I was hoping to hear like more of that. But, you know, overall...
What's your favorite song on there?
So far?
Yeah. My favorite song is Hurricane.
Hurricane's up there for me. It's...
Yeah, that Hurricane song is crazy, man. The Weeknd...
Like, the Jesus Lord hook, I don't know, it just hits. Yeah. The way it comes in. But, Off the Grid, 504, I like how Kanye went in on Jonah. I feel like he's throwing shots at Drake on that one.
Yeah. For sure.
And I like Pure Souls.
I like the one with him. Well, this is just.
And I would like Jail a lot more. The Baby and Jay-Z were on the same one.
This is mine personally, but I like the one with him and Cardi, with Playboy Cardi.
Yeah. Wait. Is that the one? That's the one. Off the Grid, right?
No, there's another one.
Oh.
There's another one with Cardi on there.
See, yeah, I got it. Yeah. I still got to get through it, you know. First take, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fire.
But that's what's up, man. Definitely let us know in the comment section, all that, what y'all think about the Donda album, right? Yeah. As a whole, is it a classic? I feel like you can't label a classic yet because it's too early to tell. I do feel like...
You got to live in people's heads for a little bit. Yeah. They got to listen to it.
It doesn't feel like graduation or late registration to me. You may never get that, but
it's definitely you're never gonna get that. Yeah, because he's in a different. I think he's in a different mind state. He's not in that mind state no more. Yeah. And a lot of people want that, and it's not gonna happen. Like a lot of people, they want the old Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, they want Good Kid, Mad City again.
Appreciate the growth, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Fact. And to a certain extent, I be getting that too. Like people be like, you know, now I'm a married man. You know, I'm more into God. You know what I mean? They want the old ratchet, the ratchet car, can't die.
What's ratchet and bougie at, bro?
Yo, you know. I just I'm like, yo, listen, y'all gotta respect the growth. I'm not trying to go back there. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait. I can't wait for people to do that to me. I'm gonna just send them a link to my new album.
Facts. I mean, that's my thing. Is like, look, at the end of the day, we still be rapping though. We still hungry. You know what I mean? That's the thing that will never get taken away. Is like the hunger and just wanting it. But as far as like some of the same topics, I think I'm gonna approach it differently. Instead of, you know, just bagging somebody's girl all the time and making it sound creative.
Your evolution is crazy.
Yeah.
I think your evolution is crazy. Like,
yo, I appreciate that. And it took God, because, like, the person I used to be was crazy.
Yeah. The person I used to be was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little less crazy. I'm calm. Shout out to now. Oh, man.
Yeah. That's good, though. Because I remember sometimes.
We're not going to put that on recording.
No. Nah, we don't do that.
He said, I remember those.
Niggas too grown for that, man.
Yo, oh, man. Yeah. A lot of people be like, yo, you changed, man.
I do remember the Florida days.
So I'm growing up now. All right, on to the next subject. So, how about that Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley, huh?
Rigged.
Yeah. So I rock with you there. All right, so, okay, well, what do you mean by rigged? Like, was it rigged by, like, judges, referee, or was it rigged between the actual two fighters?
I'm not a judge or a referee. Mm-hmm. So I'm not, like... I'm just a viewer that's watching it. Yeah. So I'll probably miss something. You know what I'm saying?
I think that ref missed something. That ref missed the whole knockdown.
That the judges saw, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. The judges got blinders on. They're just looking at the fight and the score.
For those of you that don't know, Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley just had a fight, and Jake Paul won by split decision in an 8-round fight.
Went all the rounds. He was definitely gassed.
Yeah, he was definitely gassed. He actually got hit really hard. So I give him respect for coming back from the hit. But he got really hit really hard where, like, the ropes had to support him to come back up. Like, he was halfway in the ropes. Like, to me, if the ropes have to hold you up, that's a knockdown. That's when the ref is supposed to come and count. The ref just looked at him, and it looked like he kind of just pushed Tyrone Woodley back. Like, yo, he was coming to save Jake Paul.
You know he's supposed to win this, right?
Jake, are you okay? No. But so all right, so being positive on Jake's, because I like to be, you know, neutral, I guess, about it. Yeah. So to come back from adversity, you always get points for it. The fact that Jake came back from adversity. Now, like with you, I agree it looked a little rigged is because, one, knockdown wasn't called. Two, Tyrone, why are you not jumping on him? Like, the whole world can tell he's tired. You're a fighter. Like, how do you not know when someone's getting gassed?
That's my point.
This guy only been fighting for like 3 years. You've been fighting for over 15, maybe over 20.
Damn near your whole life.
Mm-hmm. You know and it's like you can't recognize when someone's gassed.
You know what it is to have stamina, to maintain your stamina too. Mm-hmm. He's a UFC fighter. Yeah. They exuberate more energy than a boxer. Yeah. It's less rounds, but they use more energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, I was upset like Tyrone Woodley wasn't cutting the ring off enough. It was like he was just chasing Jake Paul, and then he was like barely throwing. Like, I mean, maybe Jake Paul really got them hands that really make you hesitate. But I'm just like, you're a UFC fighter. Y'all fight with smaller gloves. Y'all doing it all. Like, is Jake's power really intimidating you that much that you're not like going in? You know what I'm saying? And then you know, like,
and now he got to get a tattoo to fight him again.
Yeah. So let's get into this Kendrick Lamar, right? Kendrick Lamar. So what we have, the upcoming topics we have left, right? We're going to talk about Kendrick. We're going to talk about Drake. Then we're going to get into the Afghanistan and the unemployment and stimulus updates. Yeah. All right. Kendrick, right? Yeah. He just dropped, he was on a feature with Baby Keem on a song called Family Ties, right? What were your thoughts on that verse? The music video.
Yeah, I thought the music video was Gucci. I thought it was lit. You know, obviously you got to watch it a couple more times to try and engage what the message that's being conveyed in the music video. Yeah, I liked Keem's verse. I think he held up against Kendrick pretty good. Kendrick's verse. You already know Kendrick's verse is gonna be good, man. At
Wait,
this point.
you thought it was close with those verses?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you was like Baby King.
I think he did his thing.
I think he's creative.
Yo, that's a diss.
No,
I
don't want to diss another artist. You know what I mean? I respect the craft.
No, I'm not saying it's on the same level.
Okay.
But I don't think he didn't go out looking bad. Like he didn't make himself look.
I mean, if you got a Kendrick verse, you know, you're already looking good, man.
I mean, yeah, but like still,
Kendrick makes people look hard.
You got to put your foot on the gas. If you got Kendrick on the same song as you got to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, yo, I got a Kendrick verse. You know, I'm about to chill out. Like, but nah, I thought the song was good. I thought Kendrick, you know, the way he switched up his flow, you know, doing what Kendrick does. Always bringing something different to the table, you know.
Yeah.
I thought still remaining himself.
Yeah. I thought it was dope. I think it was a good verse for being gone for so long and coming back. Like, I'm gonna talk some ish about the top 5. And then it was kind of like, you know, I got new flows on the way. Hold on, brother. You know, my favorite line, though, that really stuck out to me was, like, I'm ducking these overnight activists.
Oh, yeah, ducking
you
these
know,
overnight activists.
That to me was like, yo, that should be its own song. Like, you know how many fake overnight activists, like, there are claiming this and that, and they're not really out there when it's real. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just... It has me excited. You know, we made some predictions before the year started between Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. You know, and we felt like J. Cole was going to be the most hungriest to prove himself, and he came out with a very fire album. But the way Kendrick is sounding, he's rapping like he got like a chip on his shoulder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like whoever went platinum, I just call them visitors. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like. That's who y'all think got it? Like, do I got to remind y'all? You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be an interesting approach. I hope he keeps the energy for the album.
Absolutely, because, you know, that verse was good, and if that same energy transfers to the album, then...
Yeah. And Joe Budden feels like he's just talking about Drake. I think he's trying to will that
like
into fruition.
Everybody's talking about Drake.
I mean, you know, because he's in the top 5. He's in the consistent top 5 up today. Do you feel like he's talking about Drake?
I feel like
we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he's addressing the top rappers. I feel like, but you know, Drake. I don't know. Like they have like a weird relationship because you know Drake did like after that song that he had made when he came at everybody. Drake didn't like that.
Control. He did not like that.
Yeah, he didn't like that. But you know, I want to hear Drake's album. Cause did you see the Sports Center commercial?
I heard about it. I didn't get to see it.
I seen it.
But I heard he like hacked in and basically like
some Joker type stuff.
Yeah,
that's like Joker taking over the Central Network.
So you know, speaking of Drake, do you anticipate him having a better album than Kanye? Because before Kanye's album dropped, I know the narrative was we expect Drake to outsell him, but because of the spot that Kanye is, we don't expect him to necessarily have the better album.
I do expect Drake to outsell him.
Yeah.
Because of his fan base.
Yeah, I think
his fan base is like unmatched, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Kanye got a very good fan base too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get it twisted.
Facts.
You know
He be selling.
He be selling out arenas. He be selling out arenas, man. Getting to the bag.
Yo, I mean, for real though. But so my question is though, who do you anticipate having the better album? So I want let's do Drake and Kanye because that's the mix right now, and then that winner versus Kendrick.
That's a hard question, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that winner versus Kendrick. You know, Kendrick is my favorite. Mm-hmm. It's funny because we had a conversation like this before when J. Cole's album came out.
Exactly, and I think maybe potentially Kendrick's coming out a little more hungrier than what I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like more of a chip on his shoulder.
Based on that verse.
Yeah. So if he keeps that, I think that kind of changes the prediction. I thought J. Cole would be the hungriest. Drake would sell the most.
Drake is going to sell the most.
And then, you know, Kendrick would do his thing. But J. Cole did his thing. Where he's setting the bar high. Mm-hmm. But potentially, Kendrick might be Might be out here a little more to prove because it's like people expecting new flows from me. People expecting me to address this pandemic stuff. People expecting the real activists over these fake activist stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna, and then he wants to show he's better than the top rappers and create that energy again. That
I definitely think Drake is gonna sell out the most.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe Kendrick might have the better album.
So what about Drake and Kanye?
Drake and Kanye. I gotta hear Drake's album.
I know he ain't even released no snippets. No, right?
It's September 3rd, right?
So all right, so based on the 3 songs that he did, the What's Next and that joint that he did, what would you say comparing that? If that was like a snippet from what you're gonna get compared to what Kanye did,
that's a snippet.
Mm-hmm.
Then damn. Because Kanye's album, bro. Kanye had a good album, man. And those like it's like you have that many features on your album.
But Drake could get those features too.
Yeah, that's true. He can get those features. He can make it work.
Okay, so do you think that a harder feature is gonna be with like, let's say like the Baby and Kanye or the Baby and Drake? You know what I mean? Like Roddy Ricch did a song with Kanye. Do you feel like they're gonna have a harder song than Kanye and then Roddy Ricch and Drake?
I think it would be. I don't think it would be a harder song.
It's just different.
It would be a different kind of song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just heard a song with Trippie Redd and Drake.
Yeah.
And that sounded different.
Yeah, it was different.
It was different.
It was different.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. And
I wasn't expecting Drake to get on that type song. You know what I'm saying?
And then they said he was throwing shots at Kanye too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, if Drake is in shot mode, popping shots mode, I'm with that. You know what I mean?
He gets into that 30 for 30 bag.
You know what I mean? Then I might, I think Drake might be cooking, man.
When he gets into that 30 for 30 bag and it's like and 40, he has like those type beats.
I'm telling you.
You know, where it's kind of sounding like underwater.
Yeah.
Different kind of melodies in it. And Drake sound like he's just talking on the beat. Those are my favorite kind of Drake songs, by the way.
I think some of that's gonna come. I think that I think he's gonna add another track after that Kendrick verse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, let us know who y'all anticipating, right? Let us know who do you expect to have a hotter album, Drake or Kanye, and then will Kendrick have the album of the year? You know what I mean? Only one way to find out, but let us know. Put these predictions out early. Don't start saying it when everything drop.
Lit time for music.
Lit time for music. All right, we have unemployment updates, stimulus, and Afghanistan. Right? Which one should we get into first?
I mean, I haven't been keeping up. I mean, I've seen a little bit of the Afghanistan stuff. I don't have too much knowledge on it. And as far as like the unemployment, I don't know what's going on with the unemployment.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So, all right, so let's get into Afghanistan, then we'll talk the unemployment stimulus, right? Okay. So, Afghanistan, obviously we've been in war like 20 years with that since September 11th. About 20 years, right? And...
Did you see that video of them hopping on the airplane?
Yeah, I seen the airplane video. Yeah, it looked real crazy.
Bodies dropping.
We'll probably post a picture of that so y'all see that.
Bodies dropping. I'm like, damn.
It's crazy. War zone for real. So obviously, this has been multiple presidents already started this process to withdraw at this time. So even when Trump was president, he started this process to withdraw. I believe he did extend it because he wanted to do it earlier, but he did extend it a little later just so it could be done a little better.
Right.
But now, it fell into Joe Biden's lap, and he decided, to still withdraw at this time and make it happen. The biggest thing that I guess caught him off surprise, but to me, it's like, how does this drastically catch you off surprise? Like, what's going on with our intelligence is that the country basically got taken back over in like 3 to 4 days, and they didn't expect that because they put a regime in charge, and they expected them to fight and last longer than 3 or 4 days. So they expected them to still have control while America was evacuating and getting everyone out of there. They didn't. The Taliban took right over. Now, to me, it just kind of shows, this goes through all the presidents, just how America works. Like, we've been in this country fighting for so long. Now that we left for spending 20 years in there and billions of dollars in there, that government, the one that we're fighting now, has better technology than when we first came in for the war. So we fought the war for 20 years. They now have aircraft. They didn't have that before. They might necessarily not know how to fly it, but they have it. They have buildings. They have technology.
They have helicopters
more guns
and stuff. They have choppers. And
but I think we even left like jets there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
all I know is we left a lot of equipment there.
A lot of
guns.
A
lot of different types of guns.
A lot.
A lot of helicopters. Yeah. I'm like, damn, we left it in the
crazy.
wrong hands, bro.
And then that's what I'm saying. So we fight this war. And we talk about, I mean, you know, George Bush been saying like mission accomplished on this for like mad years ago. You know what I mean? It just shows what the PR is, you know. I just didn't like we're supposed to have high, like top level intelligence agencies, all this stuff. We couldn't withdrew better. I mean, we basically made an announcement that the military be gone at this time, that we had to put more military back in there just to continue the evacuation. So I felt like before the military was withdrawn, like a lot of this technology and stuff should have been broken down, and you know what I mean? Like all these weapons and stuff, we should have evacuated all of that. Like I don't know.
All those weapons should have definitely been evacuated.
I'm not in that position, but I just felt like there has to be a better way to do this.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, it looks crazy.
Yeah, it looks crazy. And then a suicide bomber, unfortunately, killed. It was like over 13 people, like service members and regular people, and a lot of them were females too. That were killed in this. Like
they were from the States.
Yeah, or even just worked with America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So officially, before August 31st, America completely evacuated, and they say there's still some allies in there. There's still some Americans in there, but America says they're working with other countries to try to make that happen, and the UN is trying to.
Did you see those people trying to board the airplane from the outside? Yeah,
it's a crazy shot. It's a crazy, just to see that hanging on the airplanes, and you know.
They was like, yo, this is way better than me hanging on this airplane.
Better than staying there, right?
Better than staying there. That's crazy.
But the crazy part is they're talking about mad people fell off like as soon as the thing took off, you know. So
I seen the video. I seen somebody falling off the plane.
It's a crazy situation. And to me, I don't know, you know, and then here comes the conspiracy hat, and you already know how these platforms, how these platforms get in there. I'm not saying it as fact. I'm just saying, just based off history, this is what it be looking like. When we step out and take a major military presence out of somewhere, it's usually because we're preparing for battle somewhere else. It's not just because it's going to be time of peace and we're bringing our people home. It's usually because there's something starting up somewhere else.
You got to get a hat that says conspiracy.
Yo, and we need a sound effect.
Yeah, when you come up with these...
I'm scared to press these buttons.
Press the button. But when you do the conspiracy thing, you got to get like a hat or something.
No, for real.
Or a shirt.
You're going to have your Jedi suit. I'm going to have my conspiracy hat. And then they know what time it is when we put it on. But I'm telling you, mark my words, man. Like, just watching out for another battle.
That's not a bad point. It's a very good point, actually.
It's crazy. Now, let's talk, last but not least, I know a lot of people want an update on unemployment and the stimulus package, right? They call this a stimulus. Yo, I love the way they PR this. They call this a human stimulus package, right? And there's no stimulus checks. Package. And there's no talk about direct checks going to people. Yeah. They call it the human. So it's part of the infrastructure bill, right?
Yeah.
They broke it down into two parts. The first part, the Democrats agreed with the Republicans, and they passed the bill, which is mostly on like what we think is infrastructure, bridges, tunnels, that type of stuff, transportation and stuff. The next part is what only the Democrats are doing. They need all the Senate Democrats to agree, most of the House, right, to pass this because they have a slim majority. They're going to use budget reconciliation, which is basically we're passing a law in a different way than getting everyone to agree. Mm-hmm. It's just we have enough people in here that we could, like, bypass this, right?
Right.
So with budget reconciliation, they're working on agreeing on the human infrastructure package. They're already talking about $3.5 trillion. Right? That's the biggest package U.S. has done in history. So far, they're not talking about stimulus checks. But they're talking about, like, EBT and raising taxes on the rich. Not, like, raising taxes like they got to pay as much as the people on minimum wage do. Yeah. But,
does the United States even have that amount of money?
Yo, I don't...
3.5 trillion?
They claim they do. I mean, they hit a button... And then when the people ask for it directly, they're like, "Oh, we can't hit that button for you." But I mean, it's a lot of money. So we do have progressive Democrats, moderate Democrats, they're basically disagree with each other. So we have some Democrats that feel like it is a lot of money, so they're trying to negotiate with themselves. So right now, the Democrats aren't fully on the same page, but they're trying to negotiate with themselves to get it done. So far, Joe Biden has came out and said federally he doesn't endorse extending unemployment on a federal position. He said, we did give out a lot of money during the pandemic that is still unused, so on a state-by-state basis, if you guys want to use your money for that, you can, and we encourage the states to do that on their own. But federally, he doesn't want to put that out there.
In translation, we're not trying to give no more money.
So, but then the story keeps turning, right? So New Jersey has been one of the first states to come out and say we're not going to do that. So don't expect that that's going to happen. So we're interested. We know like most Republican states don't want to do that because they were trying to end it early. You know,
Florida's definitely
they're fighting lawsuits because they ended their unemployment early. Well, the federal one. You know, so they're fighting lawsuits. Some states have lost lawsuits. Some things are still going.
Okay.
New York hasn't fully addressed that yet. But now we have some Democrats like AOC who is pushing, right? And they're saying there are like 95 people in her caucus in the House, right? And I want to word it how they're wording it, right? They're talking about it amongst each other if they should fight for unemployment on a federal level and try to change Joe Biden's mind on it, right? If they could put enough pressure. But there are some senators that are like, Democrat senators, like, I'm not with that. You know, like Joe Manchin, he's like, I'm not with it. To even agree with him when they did extend it the last time, Joe Manchin only agreed because I think it was supposed to go into like October. He was like, look, I only agree if y'all stop it in September. So even to appease him back then, it had to stop a month earlier. They couldn't do retro pay.
So he's not with it.
So he's talking about he's not with it, but he does change his mind a lot depending on when other Democrats give him what he wants. So I think part of it, Joe Manchin likes to save face a lot because he does come from a state that's usually Republican, and he is a Democrat and he wants to stay in power. So he has to like not be totally Democratic, but if you appease him and he gets to save face, he does tend to change his mind. But so now you have AOC coming out talking about we're going to work on changing Joe Biden's mind. See if we get on a federal level. So that's where we're at to wait and see. Right now, he's saying he's not for that. States do what you do. Now, to me, New York hasn't announced what they're going to do, but AOC is a representative of New York. So if you're trying to change it on a federal level, you should be doing something in New York in the meantime while it's happening. But they haven't announced none yet. But as soon as they will, and mind you, we recorded this like, because, you know, when this episode dropped, all the information changes. August 31st. So we'll try to release this clip out sooner, just so y'all get it, because we film these episodes like ahead of time. So we'll see how that goes, if they can try to change Joe Biden's mind. Obviously, because one, they claim this Delta variant is so crazy, and it's going out there. You know what I mean? They're saying 7 million people are on it, so that could take 7 million people off, you know. But they say there are a lot of jobs out there that they can't fill. We'll see. My biggest thing, I liked what it was doing. It was forcing people to pay a livable wage, because if you're a company, you want to be in business, I like how it was like kind of forcing you to pay a little more. Yeah. You know, the government doesn't really want to fight like that, you know what I mean? Because they feel like there's open jobs. But that's why I kind of was okay with it. It's just because it forces to pay a livable wage, you know, and as a business owner, I'm for livable wages. But I've seen a lot of people, nowhere near business owners, they're like, oh, we don't need livable wages. What's like, I don't understand you.
Yeah, we already did an episode on that when we talked about like business owners and stuff, and like kind of, and some people that are not even business owners don't even know the business, you know.
You know, and some people talk about the package should be bigger than 3.5 trillion because we need stimulus checks. 3.5 right? 3.5 trillion. And some people trying to talk about we should be getting stimulus for $2,000 a month, you know, until this pandemic's over.
I did hear about that.
That would be nice. Nothing is solidified. That's not a major conversation yet. But these are things between now and October 1st, they're expecting to pass it by.
If they did do $2,000 a month, how long do you think that should run for?
I mean, until they declare the pandemic's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they're ready to force vaccines and this and that.
Oh, yeah.
We have an episode coming too. The vaccine episode is coming.
Yeah, New York.
We're going to get some sides with the mandatory.
Wildin',
mandatory vaccine. Like I'm all for the vaccines and stuff like that, you know, especially for the people that are most vulnerable. You want to protect other people, but when y'all start forcing it, I just don't believe the government should have power to force things inside you. It should always be a choice.
Absolutely not.
And we can't, you know. But yeah, man, we'll definitely keep you updated on the news as far as everything with the stimulus, what it turns out to be. Right now they're negotiating. October 1st, they're expecting to pass it and bring it to Joe Biden. So as they're negotiating, we'll let you know what's in the talks and what actually finally passes. We will keep you updated. A lot of interesting episodes we have coming up. Y'all already know we got keys for success for y'all. We're going to keep y'all updated on entertainment industry, the music, and, of course, what matters in the world, you know? There's some fire.
He says hi, man.
Yeah.
Fire.
Saying hi. We saying hi everywhere.
Download Butterfly Doors, too, man.
Download Butterfly Doors. Facts.
For real, man.
It's going down.
That was a classic, too, man.
Yes. Subscribe to all platforms so you could be the first to get this podcast. And, you know, thank you, God. We're stepping up every single episode, every day. We're moving up. More backing, more support. Well, I hate when you can love first. It's the Love First podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What up, everyone? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell for the latest podcasts, music videos, and comedy skits. We got a lot more content coming your way.
We here all day, baby.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel, baby.
We gotta show love first like a podcast.